Now, Anthropic, I will say, has a very specific definition of agents. I don't want to get too much into that, but let's just say that it's not probably accurate to refer to the chat apps as agents. They're just AI chat apps. Agents is more like what you saw when I was showing you Claude Code, where you give the AI LLM a series of tasks and it kind of autonomously does it, and there's no fixed path. Like, it was not clear what decisions it was going to take. I didn't tell it do this next and then do this next and then do this next. I just said, hey, I want you to explain this code base to me. And that there was a considerable amount of autonomy that Claude had in deciding how to break that task down into its little pieces, what's called decomposition. It decomposes those tasks. It decides what tools it wants to use or what it needs to use. It gets the results of those tools, and those are called observations. And then it ingests those observations and says, okay, based on this observation, this is what I need to do. And it'll often backtrack. It'll correct itself, especially when it's trying to debug things. It'll make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, remember those mistakes in its context or in its file system. It'll store them somewhere, and then it'll read them back when it's trying to assemble a solution. So that's much more agentic, because when you start it, you don't know how many times the agent is going to be called, and you don't know all the steps it's going to take, right? That's what true agentic workflows are.